feel very sluggish tonight. Do you know sometimes you're just sluggish? It's been one of those days. Sluggish is the right word. We've had a tornado today. Not actually here, but just a few miles up the road. What is going on in the world? Caused some devastation as well. I mean, obviously, as far as tornadoes go, it's probably a minor one, but try telling that to the people that have just had the roofs of their houses taken off. Not good. Anyway, the first thing to do is just to check if this Philips TV is going to work and want to come on. It does. And it's fine, as you can see.
Now, just to let you know that the microphone is just floating. It's floating above my head tonight. I wasn't planning on doing much speech, or much speech, I should say. But so if I go off mic, that's why.
There we go. I line them up there, and then I move them about. Move them about again in a few minutes. Right. Let's get this over and done with. I have... Oh, what can I do with this microphone? I have of late probably been sounding a bit more grumpier than usual. People have mentioned it in the comments. It really does depend on what TVs I'm working on. There are some you just don't look forward to, and I'm afraid this is one of them. And I've done quite a few of them recently. Normally I wouldn't touch them with a barge pole, but recently there's been a decent amount of success. Down to the prism sheets, you know which ones I'm talking about. Anyway, so I've got one to look at tonight, and just to see if it can be sorted. I'm not entirely sure what the fault is. I do believe it's one side of the backlights are out, but I could be getting it confused, because I do get confused. Just show you the model number, just in case it helps. You may recall that we had a 7300 and this is a 7100. I don't know what's the difference. Maybe somebody does in the comments. What's the difference between the 7100 and the 7300? I don't get it. They're all 4K, they're all smart. They're all rubbish. I'm only joking, they're not rubbish actually. I think they're very nice TVs. I think they're a great design, but the implementation of the products inside them was not given much thought, especially with the prism sheet. I'm going to say straight away that this is not repairable, because exactly where, and you may see it, the backlights have broken. I'll just switch cameras. There is a glow spot here, and that glow spot represents a crack in the prism sheet. It does happen from time to time. I won't be able to get rid of that. I'll be able to sort the backlights, but I won't be able to get rid of that. That's a real shame, because the prism sheet itself at the bottom doesn't look too bad, but that white spot there is not just a faulty backlight. It's just a coincidence that that's where it ends. Well, it probably isn't, because that's probably where it heated up. This spot here is probably where this backlight heated up, which means this set of 8 don't light up, because they're in series to it. It's about a set of 8, maybe a set of 12, I can't remember, but... And it looks like this one heated up, or maybe was getting hot for quite some time. Could have been weeks, could have been months. And that has cracked the prism sheet. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but my diagnosis is that is exactly where the LED exploded that blocked off the rest in the series, and it's caused it get very hot, which has caused a crack in the bottom of the prism sheet. But I could be wrong. You've seen me take these apart millions of times. I ain't going to show you that. We'll get straight down to the meat and 2 veg. Whatever that means. That was the easiest one I've ever taken off. I didn't break any clips.
Hurrah! Okay, it's safe to take the screen out without using gloves, but you have to use gloves when you get to the glass bit, even though it may be pretty pointless on this particular machine, but I'm going to put the gloves on now anyway. I use these because the chap sells them down the road, and they're very good, but it just says there's medium and large. I could do with extra large because I've got big hands. So if you ever see any extra large ones, give us a shout. Got to be somewhere. Probably are on Fleabay. Do you ever have strange thoughts? Whenever I put gloves on, I think to myself, if I murdered somebody now, would I get caught? Told you I was... It's nice to do a screen that's not glued down. Not that I ever give top tips on screens, but when you've got this far, don't lift up too much. Now pull it towards you, just in case there is a bit of tape. You will know when pulling it towards you if it doesn't come, there's still an issue. Whereas if you lift it up, too late, screen cracked. I'm just putting the other camera up because the crack was on the other side, so you'll see it. Sorry, you'll see it as soon as I remove the glass. Can you see it? What a shame. And these are the prism sheets, you just can't buy them. Sorry, I'm talking into the wrong microphone. These are the prism sheets and you just can't buy them. Now, some engineers would say it's a waste of time. In fact, that crack might even get even worse when I try and lift it out. But it's a real shame on this one because I don't think the prism sheet is burnt out underneath. Real shame. Sorry, this will be a bit wobbly, but just to add, is it insult to injury? Rub salt in the wound? If that hadn't have been cracked, as you can possibly see, there's no burn up on any of this. But that is always going to cause that white shadow. It may get worse as I lift it out in a second, but this is the bit why you have your gloves, because if you get fingerprints on this glass, they stay on. And just to preempt some of your comments, well-meant comments, I understand, but people say, well, can you not turn the prism sheet the other way around, especially when it's burnt up? No, you can't, because the way the prism sheet works, that's why it's a prism sheet, it delivers light up. And there is a reflecting bit of the glass on the other side, which bounces the light back down. So the light travels up. There's a mirrored bit at the little glass bit at the top of that bit I've just taken out, which bounces the light back. So no, you can't turn it around. Well, you can do, but it'll be even worse, and it won't fit. If you're wondering why I'm taking it off quite gently, even though it's knackered, and of course I am going to be replacing both of them, that side and this side, which you can't see. Why can't you see this side? Anyway. It's because if you take it off gently, you have a good chance of getting all the glue off as well. Otherwise, there's remnants of glue and it's not great. If I go very slow, I get all the glue. Close. Now, I know there's nothing wrong with this backlight, but they do come as a pair. And as they are not the easiest to get into, in saying that, this one was. Such a shame about the crack in that prism sheet. Also, if you're wondering why I'm still working on it after a crack in the prism sheet, that's a good question. A lot of people would have just said, no, tell the customer it's got a crack in the prism sheet. If it was a crack in the screen, obviously, but a crack in the prism sheet. Just to prove that I've worked on it and seen it. Show them the video. When the backlight's fitted, I mean, the picture's not going to look great. It's always going to have that white line shadow effect, but some customers say, well, I can put up with that. So it's still a job, you know. I'll put it back together with all the diffusers back so you can see exactly what it looks like just with the white light, and you can see where that crack is going to be. There's going to be loads of people in the comments saying, yeah, what you can do is you can do some white tape, or there's this glue. Oh, because my mum said. It's just utter nonsense. It's a crack in the screen. Nothing you can do, apart from make it worse. That's where the crack is, just there. But you can see it, I'm sure. There are 6 guiding holes here, so 2 there, 2 there, 2 there. You've got to have those in place. You kind of hear them click when they go in. Right, okay, so I'm going to plug in. No doubt it will cause all sorts of problems with the camera, so just bear in mind that there could be a flickery image here. But we'll just see exactly what it looks like before we put the screen down, so you see what I mean. Power on, and you no matter what I do to that bit, and we can have a look with the other cameras. It's not gonna go. It ain't gonna go. Just for giggles, I will stick a bit of paper underneath to see if it diffuses it even more, but it won't. No. So anyone that's saying, I'll stick a bit of tape on it, it'll go, it doesn't. And you just have the outline of the tape there. You can see the outline of the paper. But we've proved that sticking a bit of tape over there makes no difference. It doesn't change it. And it's such a shame. I think, well, it's a shame for 2 reasons. I'm always saying, oh, it's a shame because it's a shame for the customer. But, you know, what about me? I'm not going to get paid for this. Luckily, the parts aren't much, and I'll make probably 3 or 4 quid by showing it on YouTube. But you know, by the time I've done the job, this has taken less than an hour so far. This has taken 35-40 minutes, or maybe a bit longer. Let's say an hour by the time I've put everything back together and shown you, and then it takes a couple of hours to edit it. Actually, no, I'm lying. My editing is, well, you've probably noticed all the mistakes recently, but I'm just whizzing through because I'm editing for 2 sites now. I'm editing for the other channel, which, you know, is the drone channel. But anyway, oh, you want to see me crack the screen, don't you? Okay. Need to put my glasses in just to make sure that it's fallen into place. I don't think it has fallen into place. I think it possibly has. This is normally the time you realise you've forgotten to put something back in. But that is it. It's all back together. So let's plug it in, look at the finished picture, shall we? It ain't going to be pretty. We'll stick a HDMI in ready. Switched on. Oh, do you know what? That doesn't look too bad. You're seeing this light that's on. Let me switch that light on. So, and just to let you know, just to be honest, that is looking 4 times as big as what it is on the camera. Let me just zoom in and see if it gets any better. Yeah, that's what we're seeing. So it doesn't look as bad as what the camera was amplifying it from a distance. But it's still bad. But still all right for a monitor. But it's not my TV to be a monitor. Now, if I shall give them the option, if they don't want it back, I'll keep it as a monitor if they don't mind. If they think it's watchable. And let's just switch it to HDMI so we can see what the picture quality is like. I mean, as I say, it really is a shame because there are no burnt up bits at the bottom. Just focus on the bottom for now, and you'll notice that there are no burnt up patches, which is the biggest problem normally on these. Let me just stick another HDMI in. Okay, that HDMI is bent. I don't think I've ordered some new HDMIs today, but I'll just go to HDMI 2 just in case. But I don't think that's going to... Oh, okay, it does. It's on its last legs, but it does. So I could just leave my little test pattern on there and just see how it goes. You can still see that broken bit of light there. Let me know in the comments if that would... I'd be very interested in your opinion. Not your professional opinion if you're in the business, because we all know, but... would that bug you? Would you still take that from a repairman? Because obviously it's not the repairman's fault. But you can blame me, and you possibly will. But would you still... if the repairman gave you a chance of paying for that, and I don't know how much I'm going to charge. What did the backlights cost me, what, 10 quid? No, there were 12, weren't they? So let's say £15 for the backlights. And for my time tonight, 60 quid. So let's say 75 quid in total. Would you take that back? Would you have that? Or would you say, keep it, mate? Stuff it. Keep it. What would you say? Oh, and Mike got in contact. I must admit, the picture quality is looking really good. Your eyes are focusing here. Again, on camera, that looks twice as bad as it is, I promise you. But anyway, my God, that is a really nice picture. Anyway, we'll see. But your eyes focus here. They don't necessarily focus there, but that does take your attention. I'm not gonna tell you a lie. Mike got in contact today and said, why don't I put one of my what's-her-name videos up to test? One of the drone videos. I don't know where they are, Mike. I think I'd delete them straight away. Videos here. No, sorry, videos there. Have I got a drone one? Oh, yeah, well, I've got that one that I did. I put this up today. This is on my drone channel, by the way. I've probably bored you to death now with it. Even though this is a 4K TV, I'm only watching it in full HD. but that's just leading up to Newquay Beach. So I'm the next beach down. Obviously the beach, well, say obviously, you don't know. But the beach is 3 miles long. So it comes to an end there, then it goes over to Penhale, and it goes over to Holywell Bay, and then to Crantock, and then to Newquay. Anyway, if you want to watch this in 4K, it's on the channel, which is called, I can't remember, Horizon Southwest. Stop staring at that. Can't be helped. Oh, let's test. Let's just have a look if this was on... Where's the menu? Was it on dynamic? No, it was standard. Again, possibly why there was no burn up at the bottom. Possibly why there was no burn up at the bottom. I'm not too sure that that's going to be a problem now. It's a little problem, but I'm not too sure. Anyway, you let me know in the comments what you think. I can show you this. I haven't uploaded this yet. The reason I bought a drone in the first place was to get some footage of my dog. There's my dog. But I no longer can allow the dog near the drone because he loves it. He just wants to chase it. And so if I fly the drone around the park, if there's nobody around the park, I'll do 10 minutes flying around the park and he will just chase it. It's great for his exercise. But I'm just teasing him with the drone here, and in a minute he's just going to rush and he's going to go for it. In slow motion. But I'm always too quick. But this is him chasing the drone around the park. So there you go. I'll leave that on test for a bit. I sit down and eat a KFC while he gets some exercise because of the drone. That's why I bought it. Thanks for watching.